Hi all, Larry Powell II here with another video. This time I am wanting to get your advice on what book to read next for my book reading series. I only will read books that I actually own. Now, if it's something that I don't have but I want, I might try to purchase it so that I can read it. But for the most part, I would prefer to read one of the books that I already own. And so I'm going to show you, I've got a list of all of the books that I own in here on multiple pages, separated by series. And the one I just finished was The Eye of the World, Book 1 in the Wheel of Time series. I also own books 2 through 9 and book 11. I'm missing 10, and then I think there's 1 or 2 more after 11 that I don't currently own as well. And I think they even made 1 or 2 prequel books. But anyway, so that's possibility. Would be, I want to do them in order if I do. So that's one option. To do book 2 of the Wheel of Time series, The Great Hunt. Next option would be to read from Percy Jackson and the Olympians book series. And I would start with book 1, of course, because that's just the way I like to read books. I like to read them in order that they were intended to be read. So that's the next option. It'd be book 1 of the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, The Lightning Thief. Next book series that I own, all are part of, would be the 39 Clues series, which most of these books were written by different authors, but they all go together. And book 1 in that series would be The Maze of Bones. And then the Agent Handbook and the Black Book of Secrets aren't technically part of the series. They're just like companion books. But anyway, so that's the original 39 Clues series. Then the next series of books I have is the 39 Clues Cahill's versus Vespers, which was the second series of 39 Clues books. And that, if I start with that one, it'd be the Medusa plot would be the one I would be reading, because I read them in order, of course. Next is 39 Clues Unstoppable, and I have those 4. I don't know if that's the whole series or if that's just the only 4 I own. So it would be Nowhere to Run would be the one I would be reading if that was what I ended up doing. Next is 39 Clues DoubleCross. I only have 1 of those. I don't know how many's in the series. I ended up not having money to buy any books for a while, and so I kind of didn't complete some of my series. Anyway, I do have book 1, Mission Titanic, for 39 Clues DoubleCross series. Next series of books is 39 Clues Cahill Files, and book 1 is Operation Trinity. Next is the Infinity Ring series, and if I read that, book 1 is A Mutiny in Time, and there's 8 books in that series, or at least the last I knew that was the whole series for the Infinity Ring. Next is the Ranger's Apprentice series, and I don't have all of the books in that series. I've got book 1 and 2, and then book 5, 9, and 11. So but that would let me read book 1, The Ruins of Gorland, if that was what you guys chose. Anyway, and then the next deal is Ranger's Apprentice Brotherhood Chronicles, which I have only book 1 of that series, The Outcasts. It's like an offshoot series from the Ranger's Apprentice called Brotherhood Chronicles. Anyway, and then the next series I have is the Heroes of Olympus series, and that starts, book 1 would be The Lost Hero, I have all 5 of those. Next series of books is the Kane Chronicles series, and I have all 3 books in that. So if I was reading that series, it'd be the Red Pyramid would be the book I would read first. The next series of books is the Hunger Games series, which there's 3 books in that series, although they end up making 4 movies when they did the series, because Mockingjay was part 1 and part 2. But anyway, so if I do Hunger Games, I'll start with book 1, The Hunger Games. Next series of books is the Books of Beginnings. I only have 2. I believe there's 3 or maybe 4. I don't know for sure. I know there's 2 because I own those. The Emerald Atlas and the Fire Chronicle. So I would start with book 1, the Emerald Atlas. The next series of books that I have at least part of is the 7 Wonders series. And the Colossus Rises is the book 1, which is what I would start with, of course. And almost all of these I've read at least once. Some of them I've read multiple times. Next series of books is the Spirit Animal series, and Wildborn is the book 1, so that was what I'd be starting with. Next series of books is Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, and so that would be Diary of a Wimpy Kid was the first book in that series. I have 1 through 8. I know there's more than that in the series, but that's the only ones I currently own. Next series of books would be the Harry Potter series, and so I would start with the Sorcerer's Stone if I was reading that series. I also have these 3 companion books: Tales of Beetle the Bard, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Quidditch Through the Ages. And these 2 were sold as like fundraiser companion, like school books. And then the Tales of Beetle the Bard was also, I think, a fundraiser, but I'm not for sure. Anyway, those are all 3 smaller books. I don't have The Cursed Child, which is technically not a part of the original series. And I don't have any of the Fantastic Beasts from the movie, like The Crimes of Grindelwald and the original Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And now they're coming out with the 3rd one, I believe, shortly. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Anyway, so if I start next with the Harry Potter series, it'll be the Sorcerer's Stone. Next series, this is actually my mom's series, but I mean, I have access to the books. I don't have book 1, so I probably won't do this series because I like to start with book 1. But anyway, it's the Dani Girls Mysteries series. Next is Nancy Drew Mysteries, which is, this is like the old original, although this is the reprints that are like in the shiny condition, which I've heard have been modified slightly, but I didn't notice it when I was reading them because I read the original copies back when I was in 2nd grade. I went through both Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys the summer I was in 2nd grade. I went to the library like every couple of days and checked out like 6 or 7 books each day, or each time, until I read the entire Nancy Drew and the entire Hardy Boy series, as well as Boxcar Children and a couple others, but I don't own Boxcar Children. I do have books 1 through 30 of the Nancy Drew series, and I have books 1 through 30 of the Hardy Boy series. And so if that's the ones you guys choose, then that is all of my books, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, that's from a game. Alright, anyway, so let me know in the comments down below which series you would like me to read next. And I will start with book 1 in that series. Or if you choose the Wheel of Time series, then I will do book 2 because I've already read book 1. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will put my contact information in the description down below in case anyone wants to contact me or send me something. And as always, everyone have a wonderful day and be safe. Bye-bye.